recording. Pause the yeah. So I just started. Yeah, see here, guys. What is this? Selected. What is the meaning? I have created one CSS called selected. I would like to apply this selected. Okay, to the HTML. Okay, A. What is this? Uh, A is anchor tag class. You may use even Bootstrap CSS also, not a problem. In coming classes, we are going to use Bootstrap CSS also. Remember that class I have applied selected, right? I have applied for this anchor tag. Okay, now see here, guys. If you this got highlighted. Now this got highlighted now. If I click on 2, what happens? It is coming to comp2, but still it is highlighted with what? 1 only. But my intention is what? This has to come to here. It has to, 1 should be displayed normally, and the border second should become border color red color. Border should be red color. The same way it has to become. Okay, if I click on 3, then it has to become red color, and then these two should become blank, meaning that highlighted. I have to say highlighted on which record, on which particular link user has clicked. I want to know that. I would like to tell you. I would like to let know the user, end user. For that, what you can do is we have created the CSS, right? To know which one is selected, user selected, and the runtime it has to change. Instead of providing this directly, class, don't provide this directly, this class, we need to use, check it out, guys. We need to use, there's a concept called router active, router link active. What is this? Router link active. Router link active. Coming to here, whenever you say router link active, provide what is the CSS name? Provide the CSS name. Selected. Provide like this. Same thing apply for all these 3 things. Internally, it is going to check if this anchor tag is selected, then this CSS is going to be applied. Of course, this CSS name is also your choice. Even you can use that CSS name your own, from the Bootstrap also. You can use that particular Bootstrap also. You can take it. Now come back to here. Let's look at it, guys. comp2, because of this comp2 it has selected. If I click on 3, see here, guys, what happened? 3 remaining 2 are not selected. If I click on 1, what's happened? 1 got selected. If I click on 2, 2 got selected. See on which CSS can be anything. CSS can be anything. We are going to use normally when we are working with so Bootstrap and all, we usually take Bootstrap related stuff. We usually take Bootstrap related stuff. See here, guys, remember that router link active. Apply router link active for every router link. Router link active should be applied for everything, so that automatically internally, which one is activated, that particular, that is going to selected with that is going to be applied with the CSS that you have provided. All right, somebody has opened the mic. That is the third point. So what are the 3 points that we have discussed today? Let me go to here. Avadut opened the mic. Avadut, do you have any query? Right. Now, the first one, what we have discussed, the first one is base URL. We have discussed the second point. First one is base URL. And what is the second point that we have discussed? Can you please tell me, guys? What is the second point? That is, so URL. If it is error URL, and another is, it's kind of switch case, right? Another URL. and okay, sometimes even you can see like okay, a default URL, default URL that can be called as index URL. If user don't provide anything directly, it will come to one particular, okay, router link. So that we have provided. Third one is router link active. Okay, this is related to, okay, these things are going to be helpful a lot when you are working with your real-time application. Okay, yeah, so style, router link active style. Yes, that is the third point. Let us go to the fourth point. Okay, so subrouting with the, okay, let us look at it, guys. I would like to say, I want to send some kind of parameters also. I will okay, now I'll tell you about this point, guys. This is, I should not say directly this information. I want to tell you some information. Okay, yeah, so when you are calling some data, yeah, let's look at it, guys. You are calling one, right? Along with this okay, component, what is the path you are providing? Comp1. If you click on 2, you are sending what? Comp2 URL. If you click on 3, comp3 path is sending. Along with the path, you would like to send some information. Okay, I would like to send some information. Okay, to send some information. Okay, when you are routing, routing means you are moving from one component to another component. Okay, you can send some information also, that can be called as, okay, you can send those information okay, based on okay, colon. There is a concept called colon. I'll tell you that. Okay, along with this information, yeah, comp3, I would like to provide some kind of information like this, so that, okay, you can pass the data to the comp3 along with the, okay, you are going to the comp3, right? You can pass this data like this. Now this data will be passed to where? This data will be provided to, okay, this data will be provided to the next system in the comp3. Okay, you are passing comp1, you can provide such kind of information. Whatever data you want, you can send it out, guys. Why? Because sometimes it will looks like this. Okay, in real time, okay, there are so many products are there. Assume these are the products. Product list is one component. When user clicks on this one, okay, it has to go to another component. Okay, another component, product details component. This is product list component. This is product details. When it is going to the product details, it has to display one product information. So which product it has to display? So that while it is clicking, it can forward, okay, one ID. So that the product ID is going to come to here, and it can be displayed product details over here. It can be displayed product details. Alright, product details will be available here. Okay, product details. Remember that, okay, you can pass information through the URL, through the routings. How? I'm going to tell you now. Okay, click on 1. Okay, we are going to come to here, comp1, right? Okay, for the comp1, okay, you can pass the data. Yeah, let's look at it, guys. Yeah, I'll do one thing. Yeah, let us go to here, passing the parameters. Here in the app routing module, here what I will do is, I'm going to like take like comp1. Comp1 is different and comp1 slash id. Yeah, this is important, guys. This colon is important. What I'm trying to tell, comp1 is different. Comp1 with blank data. This is what? Comp1 with id. This is separate URL. This URL is separate. This path is separate, and this path is separate. This has id. Then you can go to maybe like differently, comp1 detailed component. I'm going to create one more component. Let us come to here, comp1 detailed ng component, comp1 detailed component, say enter. I'm going to create another component. See, we have created another component. What I will take here, I'm going to take component comp1 detailed component, comp1 details component. This component is different, this URL is different, this URL is different, remember that. Okay, now this is a colon we have provided, right, meaning that it is going to accept the ID. All right, yeah. Okay, provide comma over here. Yeah, now here in the app component, what I will do is one more component. What is the path that I have to take? Comp1 slash sum1. Okay, see here guys, of course we are passing this data directly. I am providing like this. Okay, directly I am providing this information, but actually we can pass this data dynamically when you are using some kind of ng, okay, for and all, then the data is going to be coming dynamically. Okay, let it be 1, we are passing this one. Okay, come to here, if I click on 3, see here guys where it is coming, comp1 details works, details works. Okay, one another information, the wrong here came here guys. Okay, whenever I comp1, yeah, let's look at it, there is some flaw came here, right? Both these things are highlighted. Okay, there is a link between these two things. If I say comp2, yes, comp1 slash comp2 something is there, right? It is going to comp1, it will be like this. Okay, if I provide only comp1, it will come to comp1. If we provide comp1 slash maybe any value, it comes to where comp1 details works, it is going to come. A small difference, if you pass extra data, then it is going to match ID. The 12 will pass to this comp1. You can use this 12 in the component also, that we'll see that. Okay, before going to that, if I click on 3, what's happening guys? This is also highlighted, this is also highlighted. Can you guess why? Why? Because this is matching, this URL is matching, okay, 1 as well as this also getting matched. Why? Because this comp1, whenever you see comp1, this is related to 1, that's why it is matching. But completely matching, no, this is partially matching, this is getting matched partially. Okay, this is getting matched partially. All right, this is getting matched partially, but this is getting matched completely, right? This 3 is getting matched completely, because to get matched comp1 slash 1 or any number, that's fine guys. To do so, okay, we need to fix this problem. Okay, we came to know that we can pass the data. If you pass the data, the path is different. Okay, the path is completely different. And go to here, go to the code. Yeah, even here there is one option that we have to show you. See here guys, there is a option, okay, something like whatever router link, apart from this router link active. See here guys, you have to provide this information to fix the problem. This can be called as pitfall in routing. See, both are getting matched, right? This is getting matched even though it is partially. Now you need to tell that if it is partial, you should not apply it. It has to be completely matched. Okay, to provide that kind of information, you can go to here. This is getting matched, right? Yeah, provide this router link options, router link active options, router link active options, router link active options. Provide JSON with exact, means what? The path should be exactly matched. If you provide like this, okay, now come here. Yeah, if you click on 1, only 1 is matched. If I click on 3, only 3 is getting matched. Got it guys? These are the techniques that you have to know when you are applying, okay, activated link. Okay, router link activated. All right guys, yeah, fine, that's fine. So now we came to know that the one, you can pass the data. How to pass the data? okay, how to define the path to pass the data. We have to define the path. We have to define the path with colon to provide the data. So here we are providing some 10, right? Yeah, let us go to, yeah, here it is. Okay, when we are providing the routing, see here guys, colon, ID is important here. Colon is, if you provide simply ID, that is different again. If you want to provide some value and, okay, so and then this is a variable, this can be called as variable, okay, this value can be read in the component, okay, details component. Okay, you can go to comp1 details component. What is this component? One details component. All right, yeah. So we'll do one thing. Okay, yeah, I want to read this data. This is our goal now. What is our goal right now? I would like to read the data. I would like to read the data. Okay, if you go to comp1 details component, okay, I need to read the data. How can I read the data? Okay, in which way we can read the data? Okay, so now to know that particular information, okay, yeah, let's look at it guys. If you click on this one, where it is going to come? Okay, if user clicks on this particular link, okay, where is that? Okay, go to not index.html. In HTML, if user click on this particular link, what should happen? Where it is going? Yeah, which link? Yeah, we have to focus on this one. Okay, we have to focus on this particular one. Okay, fine. Yeah, comp1, something like, right? Whatever data you are passing here, this data can be read, okay, where? In the app routing module. You can read the data. Yeah, sorry, which component? This will goes to comp1 detail, right? Yeah, you can go there and you can read it. To read the data, we need to inject activated route, meaning that if you click on here, what happens? It goes to comp, okay, which one? Comp1 details, right? It will go to comp1 details. Here guys, comp1 details here. Okay, comp1 details. Okay, coming to here in the constructor, what I can do is I need the current router, which is activated router. I would like to get it. If activated router is available, with me, then I can read the data. So that what I can do is, okay, to get that object, you don't need to create the object. Actually, the object is already available. That activated router is going to get injected if you use constructor. For that, provide so activated router AR, we can say colon activated route. Okay, you can use activated route. Import this activate route. Yeah, see here guys. Now using this, you can read the data. Okay, so after showing you how to read the data, then I'm going to take a sample example and then we are going to do it guys. In the next, I'm going to show you this particular information. Okay, I'll come to the next. Okay, I'll come to that next information. Okay, one second. Now here the constructor that we are talking, right? Here in the constructor, we have injected what? Activated route. Using activated route, what I can do is activated route dot AR dot AR is what? Activated route, right? Params or snapshot. You can use snapshot dot params dot. Okay, params is an array. From the array, you need to read the data. Which data it is coming? What is the variable we are passing? If you see here carefully, when you are giving router, okay, see here, this is the variable. Remember that within the path, this is the variable. Using the ID, what you can do is within the ID, what you can do, you can take like this: AR dot snapshot dot params of ID. This is a parameter name that we have taken. All right. So now it returns what? AR dot snapshot, right? AR dot snapshot. It returns some ID. Okay, you can take like this. Of course, you have to take var or constant, something like this, and just print console dot log. Okay, we are doing it inside the constructor itself. We can do it even. Okay, you can do it even. Okay, in the other places also. Okay, not a problem. Yeah, let's look at it. So using this snapshot, right? Of course, using the snapshot is also the final, not the final approach, not the final approach. Okay, we have other approach also, but this is just, I want to give you, this is one approach. But instead of using snapshot, we are going to use, okay, different approach. Okay, I'll tell you in the next step. First, I have to show you the problem with this snapshot, and then we are going to do it. Okay, now coming to here, the data we are passing through the router, I would like to read. Okay, so in the next step. Okay, coming to here one. Okay, first go to inspect, go to the console, clear this, and then click on 2, 3, last one, actually last one. See here guys, we got one. Okay, so of course we can change this 3 to 4 also, not a problem. Whatever data you are passing, this information. Yeah, provide 18. What happens now? Yeah, let's look at it guys. What happened now? 18. Yeah, it is not activated because you did not click on this. That's why it is giving error. Okay, now here 18. Yeah, provide 20. Maybe like 29. See here guys, whatever data you are passing, okay, here this data is going to be, yeah, you got this information. Let's look at it guys. 29. We got this 29. All right. Okay, so this is a sample application. I have shown you how to read the data. Now whatever things that I have told you, I would like to apply in a sample project. Okay, I would like to apply in our sample project. Okay, we have taken that information, right? Okay, yeah, let's go back to our project. Okay, before going to that, okay, okay, to repeat this point, actually what is the comp? If I say just comp 1, if I provide just comp 1 here, where it is going to 1. If I say comp 1 slash 10, then this is not comp 1 now. It is going to where comp 1 and 10 value. Which path is going to be suitable for this? Okay, this is going to be suitable for, okay, let us go to the component routings, app routings. Okay, now this is not going to be called. This is going to be called. Why? Because the URL is what? This is the URL, comp1 slash, 10 means, comp1 slash 10 means, what is that meaning? Comp1 slash 10 means it will go to comp1 slash this one. This 10 is going to get matched with this variable. This variable, where we are using this variable in this component class to read the data. If you say colon, this is a special character within this URL. If you provide this colon, meaning that this is followed by variable. Okay, that is followed by variable. Okay, that variable is related to any value. Okay, so you can provide any value here. That value is going to come to this variable. Okay, now it will goes to this particular component, whatever component you have specified. In this component, what we are doing, we are reading the data. How to read the data? Using activated route. Using activated route. So this activated route is a class which is already predefined. This is the reference we have taken. For this reference, object is going to be get injected. Which object? Activated route, meaning that which is current active route object on which user has clicked on, that particular route object is going to get injected to AR. Okay, that particular injected to AR. Using that AR, there is a variable called snapshot. That snapshot contains a params array. That params array, okay, is a property. What is a variable name we are using? ID. Now if I use app routing, whenever you say CID, if you take like CID, this is a variable name is CID. Now you have to come to here and then you have to use CID here. The variable name is going to be CID. Okay, whatever name you are using, exactly it has to get matched here. This is a params CID. All right, using this snapshot we can read the data. Okay, but we are displaying this within the constructor, right? That's fine. Okay, let it be. Fine guys, is that okay now? Variable should be get matched here, that's it. Okay, okay, let me enter into the project. Okay, let me enter into the project. Okay, what kind of project? Yesterday we have started, right, that particular project. Okay, so what project? Something this is background, backend project is running. In the front end, you can go to cd former HTTP CURD operations that we have started, right? Here you can say ng serve. Before serving, you stop these features, a new concept that I have taken. You can stop it, run the project related to HTTP CURD operations. Here I would like to use those features that we have discussed now. Yeah, let us wait for running this application. Okay, yeah, coming to here. Now let us go to index.html, which is available in the source, and you can provide simply base href. I'm going to provide former. See, this is going to be something like base href equal to former. Yeah, by default it will be like this. Okay, no problem. Okay, so once after providing that, let's look at it guys. It is saying something like this, right? Yeah, why? Because we did not provide this kind of forward slash. Yeah, when you provide forward slash, this is going to get resolved. Yeah, see here guys, no other errors. Okay, make sure that providing forward slash here. Yeah, number one step. Number two step is routing related information, right? Yeah, go to the app routings. We have what are the different types of routings available. That's what we need to discuss today. Okay, here right now no routings at all. I want to apply routings. What kind of routings I have to apply means, maybe like I would like to take a former. Okay, this is former details. Okay, maybe like if I click on get all, what's happening? We are going to get a list of former information, right? We are get all method. Yeah, we got the data. We have it has taken some data and then it retrieves some information. Yeah. Now if I click on something, what's happening? Okay, its data is coming up here. Okay, but now what I want to do is I want to display this kind of information in separate module, separate component. Okay, this is going to be component. What component? Former list component. Okay, if I click on get all or something, okay, it has to display what? Separate component. Okay, separate component. If user clicks on this kind of information, this is what it is happening, right? If I click on something, what should happen? Then it has to go to other component. Okay, it has to go to other component. Okay, now what is that guys? I don't want to display both the things in the same page. I really don't want to save the data in the I really don't want to provide same things. You know what is that? This can be called as former component. Okay, former details component, and this can be called as former list component. Table is former list component. Table is former list component, and this form is former component. Now I would like to create two components right now. Okay, I would like to create two components right now. For that, what I can do is I would like to change this one. Okay, I would like to change this one. What I want to do is create a component. Where is that component? I would like to create the component where I have to go to exactly cd angular cd. What is the project name? This is former CRUD operations. Okay, here I want to create another component. Okay, now we have only one app component, right? So we are doing everything in the app component, but I don't want to do these two components in the same project. I want to divide it. I would like to separate these two things in separate components. I want to create ng generate component former component. This is one component. Okay, let us create one component. Same way, former list component. Other component, that is what? Former list component. Former list component. All right, yeah. So here we'll do one thing, guys. We have to know few things here. We are going to learn few other things also while doing it. Let us go to first in app component. Okay, I don't want to do anything in the app component. Okay, I don't want to do anything in the app component. So go to app component. Here all the code has written in the app component. I don't want all these things now. Okay, first I want to move this form. I want to move this form to where I would like to move to former component HTML. Okay, remember this. Okay, now of course few errors will be available, not a problem. I will do that because the submit button, get all button, delete former, these methods should be available over there, so that what I can do from the app component, from app component class, I'm going to take all this information. What kind of information is this? Okay, even all the code related to app component, I will move all this code to, where I will move former component, where is that former component ts. Here I would like to provide this information. See here, guys. So first remove this constructor, because already we have taken one constructor, right? Yeah. So now, yeah, import this former group and all. Okay, because we have to import former controls, we have to import HTTP client. Yes, now I just moved, okay, this information, and then in the app HTML, whatever data available here, let's look at it. What is that? This is going to be the table, right? I want to use this table. Okay, where I want to use this table? Within HTML. Which HTML? Former details HTML. I want to go to former HTML and I want to place like this. Of course, this requires what? What is the methods? It requires former data is required, and then get former data is also available. Okay, let's this component I have copied into that one, right? Yeah, so I will, don't worry guys, don't worry, I'm just moving these things. I'm going to share this data to you people. Okay, just moving it. I need former data, right? To go to former data, where is former data? Okay, former component class. If I go to former component class, get all method is related to, okay, get all related to former list component. Where is that? Former list. Yeah, former list component. Yeah, let me open former list component class. farmer list component. Of course, this also having farmer, and this also requires what in the constructor? It requires what? HC, to provide HC. What is that? HC means what? HTTP client. Okay, provide HTTP client from the package common HTTP, right? And then okay, now the farmer data, we need to provide a property called farmer data. Let's take this farmer data property. Okay, farmer data property. All right, this okay, it's a variable farmer data, and you may take like what kind of data? Farmer data. You can take like this. Okay, guys. Fine, that's fine. It is not yet completed. I just trying to divide this code. Okay, I'm just trying to divide this code. Okay. See here, if I click on farmer list, okay, I have two components right now. One is farmer component, another is farmer list component. Okay, farmer list component. Okay, first what I want to do is I would like to display farmer list component. Okay, yeah, for that go to here in the UI, nothing is available in the app component. Here I would like to provide two menus. You may take like okay, otherwise I'm going to take okay, one menu also, two menus also, that's fine, no problem. But let's take one particular link or button. What is the button? Get all button or farmer list component, something like this. Okay, go to here. Where is that? Where is that? Of course, whatever discussion that we are doing it, don't worry about all these things. I'm just randomly doing. Go to app component HTML. Here, router outlet. So take router outlet. If you take the router outlet, okay, if you take the router outlet, here in the router outlet, here in the router outlet, I want to provide one button. So this button says router link. I want to provide list. Okay, which list? Farmer list. Farmer list. Okay, only one button, farmer list. I'm going to say farmer list. See here, guys, farmer list. Okay, just change all the code, guys. You don't need to worry about about all the changes that what I'm doing. I'm going to give you one particular application. You have to do the today's practice on that particular application. Okay, on that particular application. Router link, router outlet. Go to this router outlet, and here yeah, farmer list, right? We need to provide, if I click on farmer list, which component I have to call? I will go to app routing module. App routing module. Here in the app routing module, I'm going to say route path equal to what is this? What is the path I have provided here? Farmer list only path I have provided, and the component is going to be farmer list component. Farmer list component. See here, guys, farmer list component I have taken like this. This is going to be something like farmer list and component farmer list component. Fine. This is going to be something like, I have taken only one route. Okay, let it be how it is going to work. So the button is available. If I click on this farmer list button, then it has to display the farmer component. So farmer component is displaying nothing. Why? Because when we click on that, what I want to do is, if I click on that, farmer list is going to be called, but how can we retrieve the data? Okay, on clicking on farmer list, yeah, previously what's happening means, if you click on that particular link, it was going to background and then it is retrieving the data. The same thing should happen. If you click on this link, it will go to the farmer list component, right? From the former list component, it will go to, okay, backend, and it retrieves the data. It retrieves the data. To do so, when we click on that particular link, okay, where is the link? In app component. Then this path is going to be called. If we call the path, where it comes, it is going to come to former list component. Then if you go to the former list component, first it is going to be executed the constructor. Okay, from this constructor, what I will do is, okay, whatever code I have written here, get all, this is going to be called. See here guys, I'm going to call get all. Whenever I call this get all method from the constructor, then at the time of, okay, this former list component is getting called, this method is going to be called, and then this method is going to become, here, and then it is going to be retrieve the data, okay, and then it is going to be assigned. Once, okay, the data is available, this data is going to be assigned to former data. If former data is available in the property, then former list component HTML, okay, where is that? Former list HTML. Go to here. Yeah, see here guys, whatever data available, the data is going to be displayed. The data is going to be retrieved. Okay, and then what's happening? You don't need to say, okay. So this is fine. We are going to discuss about this in the next step. Okay, after clicking on that particular link, I don't want that information. See here guys, the, whenever you call this, okay, come here first, farmer. It is whenever I click on this link, automatically constructor is going to be called off that particular component and it got displayed. Now, if I click on this one, what should happen? That is the next step we need to understand. If I click on this one, what should happen? What should happen means, okay, it has to go to, okay, remove this. Now, if I click on this particular link, then, okay, this is a router outlet, right? It has to go to this particular, okay, place. Okay, this is going to be removed, in this place, this is a router outlet, right? The table is router outlet. Now, whenever you click on any particular, okay, link, any particular, okay, data, whatever, okay, whatever TR we have, right, on which it has clicked on, if you click on that particular one, it will go to one particular application. It will goes to one particular page. It has to go to one particular component. Which component? Farmer component. This is farmer list component. Then, okay, if I click on this one, we have to go to that particular component. Okay, so if you observe carefully, we are not, okay, yeah, we are not displaying farmer component. We have to go to farmer component. When we have to go to farmer component? Here, when we click on this one. Is this the link? Okay, let's look at it guys. This is the link. Okay, you can provide something like, just look at it guys, what happening. What I will do is, this is the TR, right? Here this TR, what I will do is, I'm going to provide router link. Just look at it. What is this? Router link. Router link. Here you can provide the router link name. What is the router link name? Farmer. If you take like this farmer, see here, what is this? Farmer. You can take like this farmer, router link, farmer. Okay, now farmer. See, you have to go to the farmer. This is the path we have to provide. The path is already available. No, we have to go to here, provide, okay, here after this, comma, and then provide the path. Okay, single quotes or double quotes, that's fine. Component. We need to say component. Which component? Farmer component. We have to say this farmer component. I have to go to farmer component. Let's look at it guys. Just simply I have provided like this, farmer. Okay, now if I click on here, what should happen? What should happen? It has to go to that particular component, right? Yeah. So now what is the farmer component that I have provided? Yeah, router link we have provided. So the farmer we are saying, router link is saying, okay, so this is not happening like this, right? Yeah. For that, so if it is not happening, yeah, go to right click on inspect and say, see here guys, go to the console and then click on something. See here guys, some error is coming up. Okay, something is coming up. Yeah, what's happening here? What's happening? it is, it has to go to what, farmer. But whenever you click on this one, it is assigning farmer list slash farmer. Why? Because we are already in the farmer list. From the farmer list, whenever you are going to farmer, that's why it is giving, okay, it is giving error. So to go to the, yeah, this is the URL is not correct URL. Okay, if I click on this one, where it is going, farmer list slash farmer, it is going instead. Why? Because we have provided router link something like directly farmer, provide something like slash farmer. Yeah, provide farmer. Yeah, the providing slash is very important. Okay, that's why I'm showing you this kind of information. Click on this one. Yes, now we are going to the farmer object, farmer component. Okay, now if I click on farmer list, what's happening? We are coming to here. Now, okay, within the farmer, if you click on here, again we are going to the farmer. Okay, we are going to the farmer component. Of course, this is the base URL. Okay, now if you miss slash, if you provide slash without provide slash, okay, you have to do some R&D and then check it out, guys. You have to understand that very clearly. Otherwise, it leads to, okay, giving some errors. So what's happening? Whenever you say router link, you are saying slash farmer. Slash means it will take from root. If you don't provide slash, what happens means, okay, I'm going to explain you once again. Clearly listen. Now, if I click on farmer list, now we are in the farmer list. All right, we are in the, already we are in the farmer list. When we already in the farmer list, okay, we are displaying some kind of table, right? Whatever table that we have here, right? Okay, see here, this is going to be the table, right? Within the table means within the one component, already we are in one component. If user clicks on one particular component, then what is a router, what is the path we are calling farmer? If you don't, yeah, we did not provide slash farmer. Directly saying farmer means that is relative path. That can be called as relative path. If you want, you can note it down. Directly, router link means relative path. What relative path is going to take in? It will, okay, relative path, meaning that what? It will take previous path, means previous path plus current path. Meaning that previous path is what? Farmer. Meaning that, example, let me take, what is the previous path? The previous path is what? Farmer list is the previous path. Farmer list plus current path is farmer. It is going to take like this. It will take like this. This is not the correct one. It has to, our path is not like that. In the router outlet, what we have provided directly, we have provided like this, farmer. Okay, so that's why we should not use a relative path. We have to use absolute path. Okay, now router link is farmer. Router link is for instead of saying farmer, provide this one. This is absolute path. Whenever you say absolute path, then it will not be available previous path. It doesn't take previous path, and it will take only current path. It is going to be taken like this, directly farmer. Got it, guys? That's how you need to identify the relative path and current path. So these things will be, okay, useful when you are working with real-time scenarios and all. These are the real-time scenarios that you have to remember. Okay, when you are working with these things, you have to be, okay, very cautious, because you cannot understand these things if you are not, okay, doing real-time scenario. Okay, when you are doing real-time scenario, then only you can observe these kind of things. Okay, now coming to here, and then I am using what? I have to use what? Absolute path or relative path? I have to use absolute path, provide slash, and then, okay, let's look at it here. I'm coming to here. Okay, I'm coming here, but what is our goal? What is our next goal, guys? I need to fulfill the values. Which values? User has selected. Which one we have selected? Yeah, I'm selecting right now 5th. I'm coming here. Okay, what I'm doing? I'm coming here, but where is the values? I want to display which values? Fifth values. I would like to display fifth value. I would like to, what do I need to do, guys? I would like to display selected record. I have selected previously fifth record. Fifth record related values needs to be displayed. To display fifth record values, what I need to do, I need to, along with this information, I have to send some value. Which value? I have to send, okay, dynamic value. So maybe like farmer, I want to provide ID, farmer dot ID. Okay, this is not available means, okay, it's not available. Okay, it is not taking farmer object. Farmer object dot, okay, we are taking farmer dot ID. Let's look at it whether it is going to be work or not. Okay, saying like if it is not working, farmer slash ID, what I can do is we can take this approach also. We can take, if it is not working, not a problem. Yeah, let's look at it. Coming here, farmer dot ID, I'm providing along with the value, we are sending farmer list. Yeah, let's look at it, guys. Yeah, see here, guys, we got the error. Yeah, this is expected. Why? Because we are sending what? Farmer slash farmer ID. Okay, so we are getting what? Farmer dot ID, right? 1 second, go back. Instead of I should not get the ID, we have to display the value from there. To get the value, what I need to, yeah, let us provide something like this, string interpolation. Try to use this string interpolation. Okay, click on this one. Yes, okay, good, fine. If I click on here, one problem solved. Okay, slash 21, we are getting slash 21, but okay, we are able to pass the data now. Good, but whenever we are passing this data with this URL, there is no route to match. Okay, go to the routers, go to the routers, go to the routers. Where is that routers? Yeah, sorry, where is the routers? Routers. Okay, we got what is the URL? We got farmer. Okay, we got farmer slash some 19, farmer slash some 20 we are getting, but we have only farmer. All right, guys, we have only farmer. Yeah, now this is not going to get matched. When it is going to get matched, if you provide only farmer, then it is going to get matched. This URL, this path is going to get matched with this. But coming to here, and here, what are the changes I need to provide? Slash, I need to get this, okay, some kind of, what kind of value we need to get? Some dynamic value we need to get. To get dynamic value, provide some variable. Okay, FID. So farmer ID, we can say farmer ID, or this variable name can be anything. Now it is going to get matched. Let's look at it, guys. Yeah, once we provide like this, see here, guys, no error came up. No error came up. We directly came here. Yeah, see here, here also we can see on the, in the URL, here also you can see farmer slash 19. We got the 19 value. Okay, after getting the 19 value, so we have to read the 19 value in this particular component. Which component we are in? Okay, farmer component. Okay, we have to go to farmer component. Let us go to farmer component. Okay, let us go to the farmer component. Okay, now we have to read the data. When this farmer component is coming up, okay, when farmer component is coming up, okay, so the value is also coming, right? Now within the constructor, what you can do is you can read the data, because this is coming to the component, farmer component, along with some value. To read that particular value, we need to take the help of router. Okay, activated router. Okay, take private activated route colon activated route. We have AR. What I can do is, this is going to be AR. Okay, this is going to be AR. All right, this will be like AR, right? AR dot. Okay, see here, guys, what is this? Private AR dot this dot AR. You can say that this dot AR dot, within the constructor I am doing it. So I want to get values. using this activated route ar dot snapshot 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 oh sorry snapshot snapshot dot, okay, params dot, what is the param name, param name, what is the param name we have taken, parameter fid, take the fid here, take the fid, it retrieves what, where, okay, maybe like id or fid, whatever variable you want you can take. Okay, now what I can do, once id is available, what I would like to read the data, I would like to read the data. With this ID, I would like to read the data. ID is available in the backend. So to go to the backend, we have already provided get form data by ID. See here, guys. If data is available, what it is doing, it is taking ID and it is retrieving the ID, and we are assigning to the form. Okay, we are assigning. So that part is already available. Yeah, let's look at it, guys. Get former data here. Okay, now take this dot, what is the method name, get former data, by providing id value, provide the id value, so that it will retrieve the data, and after retrieving the data it is going to assign the data to our form group. Yeah, see here what we are doing, we are calling this method which is already provided. It takes the id, it is going to the backend, and it is retrieving the data, and we are setting this. Yeah, let's look at it, guys. So now from the constructor, whenever we are coming here, okay, whenever we are coming here, where is that, yeah, constructor, whenever we are coming to here, so we are reading the data. Okay, see here, guys, we are reading the data, this dot ar dot snapshot params, and this is going to be something like that. And if you want, console dot print it, print the value, console dot log value, which value it is, okay, constructor value, I mean selected value, selected value. See, just look at it. Okay, fine, let's look at it, guys. We got the value, and go back to farmer list. Okay, farmer list, and click on any record, like I am clicking on 6th record. Yeah, we got the 6th values. Fine, guys, we got the 6th value. And farmer list, go to 7th record, we got 7th record, we got the 7th record. All right, guys, see here what's happening, we got the 7th value. And go to farmer list and click on 3. See here, guys, what's happening, this value is getting printed, we got the farmer 33 or something. You got it, guys, we have applied something like this. Okay, we are able to read the data. See here, guys, we are able to read this data, and then we are going to print it. So today we have came to know that few in-depth concepts related to Angular, like passing the data through the router. Okay, passing the data through the router. Okay, we have explained this concept without project, and then we have implemented this concept into our project. All right, guys, fine. Okay, so now of course it's all about working with what, guys, it's all about working with this simple values, using this router and then base URL, and then taking the values, all these things we have taken. Okay, yeah, before wrapping up this class, let us have some question and answers. Yeah, your task is taking this, okay, project, and you have to understand it. You have to try to understand the concept that I have explained by taking this code, and then try to implement this into your project. Okay, guys, I have divided this into two things, right? What you can do is, after understanding this project, what you have to do is, the exercise is create new project, and okay, create two components. Apart from app component, create two other components. Okay, two other components. After creating two other components, then one is for farmer list, another is component. You can take URL. Okay, this is the only one particular, what is this, guys? This is one router link. From here, what we have taken, guys, this is, we are printing this in the router outlet. Okay, now whenever you click on this, it is going to get printed here. And then whenever you click on this in the same router outlet, it is displaying some other component with a different dynamic value. Alright, this is the concept. Try to understand this. After understanding this, and try to implement with your own hands with a different project. Got it? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not asking you something like to understand everything. I'm not, even I didn't expect after this class you understood everything. But my expectation is, it's a demo. You have to take this code and then you have to come up with some queries, or you have to analyze it and you have to understand it. After understanding whatever concepts that we have discussed in this session, you have to understand it clearly by looking at this code that I'm going to share with you immediately after the session. All right, that is my expectation. Okay, we'll do one thing in the evening session. Okay, we have some question and answers. Okay, you people, whatever queries that you have, you can post me, and even I too have some queries. I will post that questions. You have to answer those things. Is that okay, guys? Is that okay with you? Can you please ping me? Yeah. So please go through the code that I'm going to share you immediately. Even I'll try to upload the video as soon as possible after the session.